So a dust bath, unlike humans who use water, chickens use dust or dry soil to clean themselves. If she has any, like mites and lice, and this actually helps them to regulate oil and their moisture levels on their skin. This is fantastic for them. This is their creme de la, you know what I mean? This is their everything. This is their lotion, their cocoa butter. It might look messy what she's doing, but it's actually essential for any chicken's hygiene and their mental health. They have to do this. Chickens evolved to do this. So when they can't, it causes all sorts of problems. Luckily for us, as you can tell, we have lots of dirt thanks to all these animals, even with constant irrigation and seeding throughout the year, you name it. And you see some busted down boards that we got. Everything is a project, so one project at a time, you know. We get to things as soon as we can. Busted down boards is the least of any issues on a homestead. It's an easy fix, very easy fix. So if you want to, let's break this down, right? Why do chickens need? Let's break down the need. Why do they need to do what they're doing right here? First and foremost, external parasite control. Mites and lice love to hide in warm spots under feathers. But when a chicken gets into a good dry dust bath, especially if it's good wood ash, which we have, we actually use a burn barrel and burn a lot of the wood on the property. You know, diatomaceous earth is perfectly safe. Dry herbs, it suffocates and dehydrates those pests. The lice, the mites, you name it, you know, the external parasites. There's a lot more to it though. Dust bathing for them also keeps their skin and feathers in top shape, helps reduce pecking and aggression in flocks, and it's a key part of their social behavior. All these chickens know what's going on, and a lot of times you'll see them doing this in a group. You'll see them every now and then, like her here doing it by herself. And it's kind of funny, you just saw Mitzi there inspecting her, like, oh, what's she doing over here, you know? It's perfectly normal. If you see a chicken like this, or sometimes they'll do this and get so deep in the dirt, you might walk outside when you're checking on your flock and freak out and go, oh no, what's wrong with her? Did I lose a bird today? Most likely not. They get very settled in when they do this. Hera is back and inspecting her right now. Chickens that can't dust bathe are most likely to get mites, lice, and skin infections. It also affects their mental state. Yes, we are talking about the mental health of your backyard chickens. If these guys get cooped up in a wet, muddy run or a sterile enclosure, regardless, if they get cooped up at all, you know, your chickens, they can get bored. They can get stressed out. They may start pecking at themselves. They may start pecking each other. I mean, look at any situation where you're in confinement for however any length amount of time. What do you start doing? And then when you're in confinement with other creatures, whether like or not, whether similar or not, what are you gonna do? They're gonna start messing with each other. So some signs your chickens might be missing their dust baths are excessive preening, feather loss, laying fewer eggs, or acting restless or aggressive. This is Brownie over here. He's checking in on her. Calypso checking in on her here as well. I'm telling you, this is a perfectly natural, perfectly normal thing. It's good for the goats. I'm sorry, good for the goats. It's good for the chickens. And I keep saying the goats. Regulates oil. You know, the moisture levels is a whole nother. It's such a priority. And we actually have another spot here to the left where we didn't just use a burn barrel. We had some really bad hurricanes last year, and the last couple of years we've had really bad hurricanes here where we live, and so we've been burning knocked down trees over the years, and it's been turning into ash, and we left the ash on the ground because that ash is actually fantastic for your leaves and your grass, your yard. It becomes like a compost fertilizer, if you will, over time. So it's got great potassium minerals in it in general. So the chickens like to go over there and dust bathe in it, and you can tell when they pick the ash because they just kick up so much smoke up in the air. It's kind of funny. Chickens, they love it. It's great for their mental health. If you're interested in creating the perfect dust bath station, if you don't have the setup to where they can just go and your other animals like your goats didn't just create a mess effectively and put dirt everywhere, or you don't have access to dirt right away, you can or actually if your soil gets muddy, if you run where they're at, if you have a nice clean setup, and I have one that's clean on the eyes, here's a supply list. You just need like a shallow box or a tire or a kiddie pool. Kiddie pool would be ideal, really. Loose, dry dirt or sand. You can get that anywhere. You could get it at the big box store. You can play sand, like a sandbox, or wood ash. If you can get some wood ash, that would be great. Or diatomaceous earth, or herbs like lavender, rosemary, or mint. You can add the herbs into the diatomaceous earth or wood ash. You combine all that stuff. You kind of mix it up for them. That's like the cocktail of an amazing dust bath for their skin. You're going to mix it up, place it in a sunny, dry corner of the run. You can cover it with a tarp if it's going to rain, so it stays dry year round, and that is their dust bath. Chickens need these dust baths. Got to zoom in for you here. Look at her. She does not care. She's just in heaven right now. They love this stuff.